So this guy had a very original moniker for an NHL player. His nickname was the Can't Miss Kid. Ray Martyniuk was a big draft pick by Montreal in the 1970 draft, but unfortunately his career in hockey became very complex and ended up with him living in Panama after the end of his career. Now, selected by Montreal from Flin Flon of the WCHL after four strong seasons. Originally from Benito, Manitoba, and eventually played with so many teams it's hard to keep track, but we'll cover as much as we can. Now, this pro hockey goalie again was a born Flin Flon and played for the Bombers in the WCHL when again he was called the Can't Miss Kid. He won the WCHL Top Goalie Award in 69 and 70 seasons, helping his squad win the President's Cup, which was the league title in both seasons. Martyniuk was drafted in the first round, fifth overall by the Habs in the 70 amateur draft. At the time, this was the second highest selection of a goalie in draft history. He never played in the NHL, however, spent his career skating for various minor league teams. He reported to the Canadiens training camp that year and was unable to secure a position on the squad while competing against fellow goaltenders Kenny Dryden and Rogie Vachon. Instead, he was sent to the AHL's Montreal Voyageurs, where he played 10 contests. From there, he went to the Kansas City Blues in the CHL before finishing the season with the Seattle Totems of the now defunct WHL. After trying out for the Canadiens again in 71, he played for the Baltimore Clippers in the AHL and the CHL's Oklahoma City Blazers before the Canadiens organization traded his rights to the Golden Seals, who assigned him to their IHL affiliate in Columbus. He was drafted by the Calgary Broncos in the 17th round of the WHA General Player Draft, but he did not sign with the squad in 72. Now, after spending part of the 73 season with Columbus, Martyniuk was sent to the WHL Salt Lake Golden Eagles, where he found some success and was named an All-Star. He received an offer from the WHA's Chicago Cougars and signed with the team, but the 5'10", 165-pounder couldn't do that because the club folded before he could play with the squad. After returning to Salt Lake City, he was called up to the NHL by the Seals, but he did not have any playing time. Now, Martyniuk spent the next few years playing mainly in Salt Lake City, with stints playing for the AHL's Springfield Kings, the IHL's Columbus Owls, and the CHL's Tucson Mavericks interspersed. In 77, he joined the senior amateur Western International Hockey League's Cranbrook Royals. Returned to Cranbrook after the Royals had lost the championship series, he asked the bus driver to stop the bus. He threw his goalie equipment in Memorial Lake, and the following year he did make a comeback, playing 5 games for the IHL's Grand Rapids Owls before officially retiring from hockey. Now, following his hockey career, he lived in Cranbrook and worked for Coca-Cola, maintaining its local vending machines. He became somewhat of a local hero as he supported the Children's Wish Foundation of Canada, the Canadian Cancer Society, raising over $600,000 by organizing charity golf tournaments. Now, he eventually moved to Panama, where he stayed there until his death on October 20th, 2023, in Boquete, Chiricahua, Panama. And again, a very, very well-liked player. We have to go over his rough stats here again just to make sure everything is covered. Now, again, post-draft teams: Montreal of the AHL, the Voyageurs; Kansas City, CHL; Seattle of WHL; Oklahoma City of the CHL; Baltimore of the AHL; Columbus of the IHL; Springfield of the AHL; Salt Lake of the WHL, CHL; Tucson of the CHL; Cranbrook of the WIHL; and Grand Rapids of the AHL. Now, he won the WCHL Top Goalie Award with Flin Flon in both 69 and 70 and was named All-Star First Team in both years. He had the lowest goals against average in both campaigns with 252 and 258. Now, he was loaned to Kansas City by Montreal on December 10, 70, loaned to Seattle in February 71 from New York. Traded by Montreal to California with Mike Hindeman for a choice of cash or future considerations, ended up being Tony Featherstone. Again, selected by the Calgary Broncos in the 72 WHA General Player Draft, but a very good playmaker. He had 3 assists for Columbus in the 73 season. Missed part of the 74 campaign with a leg injury, and named to the IHL's All-Star second team, and led the IHL with 4 blanks for Columbus in 74. Again, he won the 75 CHL regular season title with Salt Lake, and then won the Adams Cup that year with Salt Lake. He started the CHL leading goalie award for Salt Lake with the team's lowest goals against average in 74-75. Named to the CHL All-Star First Team with Salt Lake in 75, but eventually was loaned by California Tucson to CHL in December 75. He was a WIHL All-Star First Team with Cranbrook in 78, and he played again 5 games for the 79 Grand Rapids team that won the IHL regular season title. And he also was the WIHL All-Star Second Team with Cranbrook in 79. Now, he remained in Cranbrook again and working for that technician for Coca-Cola, servicing local restaurants and dining facilities for more than 20 years after his retirement. During a time, he was active in charitable causes, and that golf tournament was called the Lefty Righty. Him and his wife organized at the Cranbrook Golf Club. From the time of his inception to the final event in 2011, again, raised $600,000 for the Cancer Society, Children's Wish, and other causes. An avid world traveler, he moved to the country of Panama after his retirement and, of course, passed away. He's the second cousin of former major junior goaltender Brett Martyniuk, so not to be confused. Now, rough stats for Ray. Very interesting amount of games he played. What Ray brought with hockey, he was, let's say, in a more expanded NHL, he would probably be get more play. But like I said, it's a matter of timing, and timing is everything in the NHL. It's just that there was too many goalies in Montreal. Where was he going to play? Because you had Philip Meir involved too as well. So let's just go over the rough stats again. What really stood out for me too was he had a very classic beard. Okay, 71, he played 36 combined games with Seattle and Kansas City, and another 10 with Montreal, so 46 games. Baltimore, again, Columbus and Oklahoma City, 9 games in those contests. 39-73 with Columbus and 2 with Springfield and 6 with Salt Lake. Columbus Albans, he played 57 games and 2 games with Salt Lake. 75, 53 contests. Tucson Mavericks, he had 22 and 76. Salt Lake, he also had 12 contests in that campaign. 77, 36 games. 78 with Cranbrook, 30 contests. And 79 with Grand Rapids, 5 matches. So, I mean, a top 5 pick, and like I said, playing more than a decade in minor pro. But those Flin Flon years, ladies and gentlemen, those and the save percentage was tremendous, 91%, mostly during his career. Again, tremendous numbers. So Ray Martyniuk, again, not say a wasted draft pick by Montreal, but like I said, just too many goalies in the mix. You had Buddy Larocque as well. So he wasn't going to get much playing time in Montreal, but he means so much to his home region and to the Flin Flon family. Like I said, he is missed by his fans and followers, and he was a hero to many because to be drafted by Montreal Canadiens, it's too bad like Bobby Clark and Reggie Leach couldn't have given him a chance with the Flyers, but like I said, had his own path, and there's no disgrace being a Montreal Canadiens draft pick and playing 10 years in the minor leagues, because you got to be good enough to play at that level. But I'd like to see him get a couple of games with California. That's would have kind of summed it up for me, because he never really was given that full NHL chance, despite the fact he was a little bit small for a goalie. But I saw him play in the minors in Montreal, and he was a decent player. Have a good one, and don't forget, give us a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Bye.